here sooner, but my stupid jaw dislocated. No big deal. It's hard to imagine even saying such a thing, but that was the case like 2 minutes ago. I kind of like yawned, and then I felt something just go sideways in my jaw. I know, it's ridiculous. It's been that way since I was like 19 years old. It's just a catastrophe. I'm going to need a face transplant. Kent right away throws in, that's what you get for sucking big black D's? What the hell? My God. All right, so that's how it's going to be today. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast. Brought to you by my pals at Impact Powersports, who sponsor the studio, Impact Powersports. Thank you so much. They are in Rockford, Michigan. More about them in a little bit. Our Christmas tree here at the Eric Zane Show podcast household slowly but surely is transforming. At the bottom of the Christmas tree, there are no ornaments. One by one, the ornaments have been being taken and moved to a different spot on the tree. Typically, it goes like this. They are put on the kitchen table by the NFK, and then I wander over and then I hang them up on the tree. They didn't start that way. They were on the bottom of the tree. A couple days ago, Darla took a dump, and out of her ass came a little snowman and a little Christmas tree and a little reindeer chewed up. So a lot of the ornaments are like that, you know. Some are like a ceramic or a stone or something like that, and those she doesn't really. Those just like turn into chew toys. But the ones with items like that on them, adorning the ornament, she actually will eat them and then shit out the chewed up snowman. Now, when I first saw it, what the fuck? Then it dawned on me. I was like, oh, my God. So then I'm like freaked out that she actually, got something in there that's going to cause a major issue. I mean, this could cause a major issue with the dog if you're not careful. I mean, some sharp edge or a piece of metal perforating the dog's intestinal tract is a big issue. You know, that's in that pet insurance that we have. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I didn't read the fine print, but I had a big bill for a bunch of veterinarian care, and I remember when I signed up for the pet insurance. There's like different price points, and I was like, spare no expense. These bulldogs, we've had tons of medical bills over the years with our previous bulldogs. I'm going to follow the vet's advice and get the pet insurance. So I spent, every month money flies out of the account for the pet insurance. And then the first time that I tried to, submit, they responded with, we will cover none of this, nothing, $0 back to you. And they gave me all the reasons why. I was like, what the fuck? Huh? But I keep remembering what some of you may have said. It might have been Tyler who said, oh, trust me, you need it. Something bad is going to happen. So I keep finding these. First of all, the way it works is if I ever leave her downstairs alone, with the other two dogs, but I'm not with them, Even if I am down there, she'll sneak over and grab one. We got our an ornament from the Grand Rapids Griffins at a game recently. Well, it was probably a couple years ago. It was the ornament was of Griff, the mascot, in a pair of those pajamas that the kid wore on the movie The Christmas Story. You know, the pink onesie with the hood. It's a great ornament. I was making the Queen of the Forest lunch just now, and I could hear her chewing on a bone. It wasn't a bone. She was chewing on the Griff. It's some type of hard. It's not plastic, but it's not like stone either. I don't know. It's a great ornament. Sarah says, yeah, that is a great ornament. So now it's got like teeth marks in it. All these ornaments have like teeth marks. I'm like, oh my God. So now one by one, we keep putting them higher up the tree. So now all the way around, like 1 foot up, there are no ornaments whatsoever. And this was all brought to light with Snowman, Rudolph, Santa, and Christmas tree chewed up in shit. We should have hung that one back up. But that's definitely caused. It's always something with the dogs. It's always something. The day before, I had dog escaping. Now I have dog eating Christmas ornaments. Holy shit. Welcome to the show. So glad you are here. And I want to get right to something that I think you're just going to love. I have a preview of tonight's Who Are These Zanes show. This is episode 35 of Who Are These Zanes, where we have been going through these old cassette tapes that I have. I put them in this machine right here. This it's like a made to look old, but it's not. Vitrola, not Vitrola. Who the fuck makes this? No, it is Vitrola. Record player, tape player, Bluetooth radio. And I put them in. I roll the audio file. I record whatever is on them. And then Ben and I go through it to give you the Who Are These Zanes show. So many different eras. You've had me as like a 21-year-old. You've got me in the city of Warren, which I think that we need to go over that one again, like with a fine-tooth comb. Really get into.
That was LL Cool J on 89.1 WPHS. It's 20 past the hour of 8 in the city of Warren. I want to see those phone lines lighting up at 751 FM 89. You ask for Easy Rhyme, you talk to the main man, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince right here on 89.1 WPHS.
Okay. All right. Now, when I say go over that with a fine-tooth comb, I mean Ben and I. But if I play that at any point in this show, it's a keeper. I've never grown tired of the clips where I'm talking about welcome to the city of Warren. Houdini, 5 Minutes of Funk. Great song.
Attention in the city of Warren. This is Easy on 89.1 WPHS.
Yes.
We're going to tear it up. The favorite songs from your favorite artists. We've got 2 hours. 8 till 10 p.m. I'm going to want to hear those phone calls. 751 FM 89 is the number. Let's hear your suggestions. Let's start it off right away with Run DMC, Together Forever.
Hey, yo, man, can we see the mics, man?
1, 2, 1, 2, and I say.
Kenny writes, started out, quote, I want to see those phone lines lighting up. Many years later, yeah, don't call me. I don't want to talk to you. Attention in the city of Warren became tension in the city of Warren. Maureen says, I cannot see Warren without thinking city of Warren.
89.1 WPHS.
That one I love so much because the MC Shy D song ends. It's a vinyl record. I start talking. I don't fade it down. And the next song starts and it fucks me up, so I stop talking.
89.1 WPHS. That was MC Shy D. Before that, we had Run DMC Together Forever. We're going to keep it going with my main man, LL Cool J. I'm bad.
Calling all cars. Calling all cars.
You ask for easy rhyme, you talk to the main man. 2 Live Crew on 89.1 WPHS, your one and only rap station in the city of Warren. We're back after a long departure, 3.5 months to be exact. We're going to keep going with Heavy D and the boys.
A long departure. I don't think I know what that means. Amy says, I wish you had video from these days, too. Amanda says, I just can't get over how black you tried to sound. Oh, yeah, I was all in.
.1 WPHS with the Public Enemy.
Adam writes, long departure equals summer vacation.
We're going to keep it right here with Gonna Get Yours. That was 2 in a row by the Beastie Boys. Rock Hard, and She's On It. Now here's Public Enemy.
I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Megan says, do you talk like that in bed? You should try it.
Two in a row by Run DMC on 89.1 WPHS. This is Easy Rhyme. I'm going to be with you till 10 o'clock. We're going to keep it going with Eric B. and Rockin'. By the way, give me a call at 751 FM 89. Eric B.
Tape was all fucked up. Legendary. We're talking 1986, 87, 88, somewhere in there. Chris says, come on, Pooh Bear, you're talking to the main man. Yeah, she tells me to shut up when it's my voice. DJ Plunkett. Is that Nick? I forget who DJ Plunkett is. I haven't seen you in a long time. DJ Plunkett is the guy who was the DJ at my daughter Jackie's wedding. He says, I can't believe that is you. Good black scent. You're damn right it is. That's easy rhyme. Anyway, I bring this up because on Who Are These Zanes, we cover all these different eras. On tonight's show, we go back to June 24th, 2002. Greg, Chris, and Eric got together to debut a brand new morning show on 105.7 The Hawk. Fuck. That was high tension right there. You know, this was I don't know, just opened that door behind me. It might have been a ghost. This was my last stop. If it doesn't work here, if we don't get success in New Jersey, I had already been going through when we were in Tennessee, flirting with the idea of This is just not working. This is not sustainable, what's happening here. Just not enough money being made. I was probably making like $28,000 a year with Greg and Chris. And I was like, I want to raise a family. I got to figure something out. We get this gig in New Jersey. And I'm thinking, this is the last stop. We don't fucking get it going here. If something really, really substantial doesn't happen here, we're fucked. I'm fucked. So we sign on this radio station June 24th, 2002. This is how that sounds.
Keg ready and crank up the Fry Daddy for the Jersey Shore's newest morning show. Here's free beer and hot wings.
And a very good morning to you. Yeah! We're on the Jersey Shore.
Okay, Greg sounds very different than what you're used to. He was still finding his voice in all of these. That's one thing. Actually, both of them, they both sound very green. Some would describe it as pukey. Yes, very pukey.
Keg ready and crank up the Fry Daddy for the Jersey Shore's newest morning show. Here's free beer and hot wings.
And a very good morning to you. Yeah! We're on the Jersey Shore.
Hold on, I got to close this door. No. Come here. Oh, boy. She got away from me. She went all the way downstairs. Whew. Okay. I got to play that 100 more times.
Keg ready and crank up the Fry Daddy for the Jersey Shore's newest morning show. Here's free beer and hot wings.
And a very good morning to you. Yeah! We're on the Jersey Shore.
Okay, that's ridiculous. Yeah! I don't know why I screamed. Yeah! I think that was my way of like, yeah, here we are, ready to rock. Yeah! Greg doing that 1057 The Hawk, that is the impression that we do. Chris says, you're doing that because it's wild and crazy, man. Aram says, I'm guessing there will be a touch of who are these free beers. Oh, yeah. Well, in this Who Are These Zanes, we definitely have to capture the essence of what we were trying to do there, being that we're working together trying to present. One of the things that I will feature is a game that we played, of course, called Where's Hot Wings Head? Now, when I listen back to this, my first thought is, why didn't the three of us realize that it's just dumb? It's hard to explain what was going through our heads at the time. But we thought it was a great bit. Now, when I listen back to it, aside from the weirdo everything about this clip, I think that it was entertaining enough that it was just stupid enough that it was entertaining. I think, when I listened back to it, I was actually like, okay, that actually worked out, but not like the way we planned it. Like, it kind of got off the rails, the bit, where's Hot Wings' head, for a reason that we didn't plan on. There was some technical difficulties that actually made it funny. Yeah! So when we play it, coming up tonight, you'll understand what I mean by that.
Keg ready and crank up the Fry Daddy for the Jersey Shore's newest morning show. Here's free beer and hot wings.
And a very good morning to you. Yeah! We're on the Jersey Shore.
And away we went. Holy shit. I think we spent about 2 years actually there. Because by July of 2004, we were on the radio in Grand Rapids. And that was so fucked up, and here's why. Months before we started in Grand Rapids, this dude by the name of Dave Brewer called up and said, hey, I'm representing a radio station in New Orleans, but he was lying. He didn't want to tip his hand as to what the radio station he wanted. We're interested in your show. And I was like, And I said to Greg, I go, yeah, there's something going on here. This guy wants to, Pollock Media is the name of the business. He's a consultant, headhunter. So we produced a tape and we sent it along. Little did we know he was representing WGRD. He took that tape of and had sent it along to that radio station. And they had a morning show on the air called the S&M Morning Show. It was this asshole named Michael Gray, who everywhere he's gone, everyone's hated him. He was on the air with Stephanie Webb. It was right after they took over for Rick Beckett. And nobody is listening to the S&M Morning Show. Nobody. And so they're like, all right, this is fucking terrible. We're spinning our wheels here. We need a morning show. Holy shit. We don't know this. We just think we're getting someone's kicking the tires from New Orleans. A couple weeks passed. Brewer sends me a message. He goes, this is actually, he spills the beans. This is actually for WGRD in Grand Rapids. I said to Greg, I go, oh, dude, this is a Michigan radio station. Everybody's ears perk up. And so we're like, oh, well, this would be fucking cool. Go back to Michigan. But we're in the middle of a contract in New Jersey. We're thinking that, hold on a second here. Oh, never mind. We're thinking at the time that, well, we read our contract, and the contract says, the language made us think that we had an opportunity to get out of the contract because we were leaving the state of New Jersey, not in the market, not competing by going to another radio station, not violating anything. So we go up to like the company president, and we sit him down. His name is Don DeLessio. And we go, yo, this is what's up. This is what we'd like to do. And he goes, you have my blessing. We go, oh, fuck yeah, done deal. I fly here like days later, and I spent a whole day with this realtor named Susan Kazma. I don't know if she's still in the game anymore, but her and her husband drive me around to all these homes that I can buy. We settle on the one in Jenison. It's the very last one. When I was doing that, like during the day, I'll never forget it because a bird took a shit on me. I was getting into the car and right in the back of my neck, this bird shit. And I'll never forget it because she goes, oh my God. I go, yeah, tell me about it. Oh my God, bird just shit on my neck. She goes, no, that's great. Look, that means you're going to buy a house. That means you're going to get it. I go, it does not. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, yeah, bird just shit on you. That means you're going to be able to buy a house. Who thought of that? What bullshit is that? She's acting like I won the lottery. like, fucking give me a goddamn towel. We go to the place. I shot a bunch of video of it with my big-ass handheld camcorder to show Diana. But I go, all right, fuck this shit. I'm buying it. I need a house. So that afternoon or evening, we went to the office and drew up all the paperwork. And I bought the fucking house. The next Monday, this chick who is actually a pal of mine now, Michelle, she's such a pal, I can't remember her last name, Michelle Stevens. She comes walking into the studio. She goes, hey, when you guys get off the air, can I get a minute? I go, yeah, sure, no problem. And she's the guy we talked to, D'Alessio. He's like one of the big wigs, but so is she. And I don't know who had more power, but we assumed that we were good to go with Don's, yep, you're free to go. Well, we weren't. We sit down, and she has on a piece of paper, a letter to each one of us. One, she slides them across. She goes, this is where we stand about your departure. And in the letter, it says that if we leave, they will sue us and sue anyone who is trying to hire us. So we're like, well, wait a minute. That isn't what Don told us. And she goes, this is what we are telling you. So Don was voiced, his was voiced, but it was not in writing. Hers was. So obviously Don and her and whoever else got together and they said, no, fuck that. They're not leaving. Oh, fuck me. Holy shit. This put into motion a whole bunch of shit. We then got a hold of, let me back up. Prior to that, months before, this took so long. Novak, he became our guy, our agent, and he asked for way too much money from Grand Rapids, and they pulled the deal. They said, we're not interested now. I actually called the radio station and went around Novak. I said, well, I didn't even tell Greg and Chris I was doing this. Diana really wanted to get home. Everyone wanted to get home. And then I reach out to them after a couple weeks after the plug had been pulled. And I said, we're going to take less money. And so they gave us another offer. And then I told that to Novak. And this kind of got the ball rolling again. And since they weren't interested, because I think Novak asked for like $3 million, like $1 million for each of us. And there's no fucking way we're going to get $1 million. Or some ridiculous. And I remember we were all like, well, maybe he's right, but he wasn't. It was just too much money, you know? Well, we figured that out. And so we had been through a lot with that. And then we were thinking, all right, let's tell the boss. So we tell them, they let us go. And then, I buy the house and then they sue us. They threaten to sue us. Oh my God. So then Novak says, I got a lawyer for you. We'll get you out of this. No problem. Okay. Who is it? He's up there in Jersey. His name's Jules Zallen. I think he's dead now. We go, Jules Zallen. Yeah, if you look him up, if you look up Jules Zallen, Styx, Dave Matthews Band, he's big. He got those guys a ton of money in contract dispute. Sure enough, you look up Jules Zallen. He's big. I mean, he's a fucking, I guess, a bulldog lawyer. We're like, oh, fuck yeah. So Jules files a restraining order. So now we've countersued. And now we have to go to work every day and see these people. We're suing each other. Radio station in Grand Rapids, WGRD, says, we are pulling the offer if you don't have this resolved at this date, at this time. So imagine the pressure. Like, God damn it. So we finally get on a docket, like a court appearance. And it's going to be resolved. We're going to be in front of a judge, attorneys for Nassau Broadcasting, who represents us, who has our contract, and us and fucking Jules. This has gone on for weeks. We get it. Now, Jules has changed his approach, how he's going to defend us, how he's going to get this, and all sorts of fucking headaches on the phone, hours-long conversations, huge amount of money we're spending on this motherfucker. And he picks us up for court, and this is in 04. And he picks us up, and you remember that type of van I was describing that my dad had in like 1985? The silver van was made and it was customized. It was a rape van, but like had the windows all over the fucking thing and wild ass silver stripes. It was one of those, but it was more like an A-team van. He pulls up to the radio station after we get off the air in Princeton, New Jersey, pulls that big sliding door open. He goes, "Come on, guys, get in the captain's chair." We're sitting in these fucking threadbare captain's chairs. This hotshot lawyer pulls up in a goddamn A-team van. We're like, what the fuck? What are we doing? And it stinks. Smells like bear piss in there. Like, what the fuck have you done in this thing? Jesus Christ. We drive down the road to Trenton, down Route 1 into Trenton, New Jersey, state capital. We're going to be in at the courthouse. This majestic fucking building. We walk up into it. We walk into the courtroom. Judge is not in there. Jules might as well have walked in with like a fucking toilet paper on the heel of his shoe. He was so unprepared for this. Like, what the fuck have we gotten ourselves into? Because the judge comes in, and I guess fuckface had not like appropriately filed this to be on the docket to actually be heard in front of the judge. And Mr. Zallen, please approach the bench. And there's a conversation. And then he comes back to us and goes, "Yeah, guys, I'll be right back. I got to go downstairs to the second floor to the clerk's office and redo all this fucking bullshit." We're like, what the fuck is going on? He leaves. We're in the courtroom with the attorneys for the radio station, and it's so goddamn awkward. And for 20 minutes, the judge goes to the bailiff, "Would you come get me when this is ready?" And she leaves. She just walks out. It's just us and them in the courtroom, quiet. Oh, fuck me. Jules comes back. He goes, "Okay, guys, we're good to go." The judge comes back. All right. Okay, sit down. And Your Honor, and he starts to talk. "Your Honor, my client's here." And she goes, "Mr. Zallen, please." She's already written up her decision. Okay? "My clients, Bill Wings and Hot Eric." He's like fucking up who we are. And he starts giving details. "All they want to do is go back to their home state of Alabama." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? "All they want to do is open a carpet cleaning business. And these warlords here won't let him honor the contract." Like, Jules, God damn it, he's fucking everything up. Like, I'm texting Novak, like, what the fuck have you gotten us into? We're getting the shit kicked out of us. This guy's a goddamn miscreant. He can't do fucking shit. Oh. Mr. Zallen, please. Order, Mr. Zallen. Please cuff this man. She reads what her decision is, and we get our fucking asses kicked. We now have to go. Court is adjourned. We walk out. You know, we can shit twice as fast because everybody has a new asshole. And we are actually on the steps of the Trenton, New Jersey State Courthouse. They are down like at the bottom of the steps, but like kind of, we can still see them. They're having a discussion. We're having our discussion. It's Jules and us three. Jules goes, well, what we're going to do now is we're going to appeal. And I'll never forget it because Greg's wife was there. And I'll never forget this, she took charge. She stepped in and spoke up. First time she had said anything, she goes, hold on a minute. We're not doing anything with you. We're shutting off the meter. Our time with you is done. I was like, oh, fucking shit. This is, it's about time. It's the first good decision that had been made by anybody. We were just kind of like agreeing and going along for the ride. Well, she comes in there like a goddamn boss and says, no more. We spent probably $25,000 at this point with this guy. And he wants more time. He goes, let me see what I can do. I'm going to go talk to him. She goes, all right. So his last act as representing Greg, Chris, Eric is to go and actually walk up to them. And what he tells us that he said to them was this. Look, you just won. They're not leaving. How the hell do you expect to work with these guys and communicate with them in the hall? How can this be a fertile work environment going forward? The guy, the attorney for them, talks, and then we don't know what the dialogue is till Jules comes back, and he tells us what he said. And he goes, okay, you can leave tomorrow if you agree to syndicate it back here. And we go, what? That's what he said. And I said to him, we all go, well, actually, Amanda goes, well, $25,000 later, why the fuck are we, if that's the outcome they wanted, is that all we needed to do was have a conversation about this? So right away, I start getting this good feeling. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. And right away, I remember turning away and like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. We're actually going to be able to go back home. This is incredible. Now, the move was a lateral move. The idea was get out of the Jersey contract and start earning the Michigan contract, which, you know, dollar and cents wise, it wasn't that big of a jump in pay. We just wanted to be back in our home state. This is where it gets even more ridiculous. Because it was ridiculous that that's all it took to get us out of that. And then he goes, yeah, they said they'll talk to you tomorrow morning after your show. And then you'll be good to go, I guess. Now, at that point, we would drive to Princeton, do the show. It was heard on 97.5 or 94.5 or some shit, and on 105.7. We didn't make any extra money for that, but it was on two signals. Yeah, they just want to carry your show on both signals, and it's owned by two different companies. 105.7 is owned by this other ownership group, and the people that are suing us, they're in charge of the Trenton, New Jersey station. But we're going to be on both. So the plan is move, take a week off. Hey, we're taking a vacation, New Jersey. Be back in a week. Fucking uproot all of our shit, drive it over to Michigan, go on the air, and then we're syndicating, and we don't speak of it. We don't say that we're not there. And it worked. I mean, like, for a long time, New Jersey thought we were actually in New Jersey because we never spoke of it. We just moved the show, and then there was a lot of boring behind-the-scenes shit of how we made it work between both stations because we were playing music then. So we would say, all right, we're Free Beer and Hot Wings, and here's Fall Out Boy. But when we would do that, the Jersey stations would start playing like the 38 Special song, and then we would rejoin every time we'd talk. But here's the kicker. This is the best part. we finished the next day's broadcast, and we have this meeting with this lawyer who was suing us. And all of a sudden, he's very nice. And we go into his office, and he was so nice. We brought up, we go, well, you know, what? Because what he told us was so flabbergasting, and I'll get to that in a second. We're like, well, Jesus Christ, this is so weird for us because this is working out, but just, you know, you were going to sue us. He goes, sue you? And we go, yeah. He goes, oh, we weren't going to sue you. We'd get our ass kicked if we actually sued you. We weren't going to sue you. We're just posturing. What? We sit down with this attorney. Now, our plan was just, okay, let them take the show for however long they want, and then we just leave. They just use the show, do whatever you want to do. We were under the impression they were going to keep the show. They actually said, we're going to keep the show until we find your replacement. And then you're off doing your thing. We're off doing our thing. That's when they interviewed Joe Piscopo. They actually brought fucking Joe Piscopo in to take over the show, but he was a fuck. And they said, no, let's just stick with Freeburnomics. But we're sitting down at this meeting, and for several weeks after that, even months after that, we thought our time in New Jersey was limited. It was going to end, finite. It wasn't. They ended up sticking with it. But they did say, okay, while you're still on in New Jersey, now we just have to figure out what we want to pay you, or what we need to pay you. And we go, we're in this, the three of us are looking at each other like, what the fuck are you talking about? We go, pay us? He goes, well, yeah. I mean, you can't just, the lawyer is giving us money and we're confused. This is not how radio has ever worked, ever. Think about this period of time. In 18 hours, we went from the outhouse to the penthouse I had to sell that house, okay? In fact, not only I sell that house, I had ended my lease I had to find a new place to live in New Jersey. I had nowhere to go with 3 little children and a broken-hearted wife because she couldn't go back home. She was very brokenhearted because her mom was dead and the dad was alone, Jerry. So it was so much fucking crazy shit. Yeah, we got to figure out how much fucking money we're going to give you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I forget what they gave us. I think it was damn near like $80,000 or something like that. No, I take it back. Eventually, the contract level got to that, but I think they gave us they gave us enough that it was a substantial increase in pay. And we're like, what the fuck? Now, we had made no money in radio at this point. None. We're broke. Broke is a joke. I had to borrow money. Howings always had cash. He came from a very wealthy family. So he always had, he wasn't making any money, but he had hundreds of thousands of dollars at, age 25. So I go, motherfucker, I need money for a down payment. So he gave me the cash for a down payment on that house. And I paid him back, thank God. I think. No, I did. So that's how we made it happen. But, yeah, they gave us all this fucking money. Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. So now we go back to Michigan. We go to Michigan, and now we're on 3 radio stations. Nobody has any idea we're in Michigan. And then 6 months pass, and these companies say, hey, we want to keep the show. Oh, okay, cool. So then we come up with a contract. Thus, syndication is born. This is right at the same time that prior to all this happening, Opie and Anthony fucking got fired. Howard Stern left. So all these radio stations opened up across the country. Boom, we're in business. They start putting us on our own. We're syndicating it. No one's spending any money on it. It's remarkable that we did this all on our own. And then the rest is history. Kenny says, do you think that comment about how do you expect to work with these guys moving forward day to day? is what ultimately made them consider the syndicated idea? I don't know. If so, maybe that $25,000 was worth it for that guy. It was. We look back on our time with Jules and say, hey, it worked out. And that's what lawyers do. Hey, you got the result you wanted. It doesn't matter how we get there as long as we get there. You got it. We're like, yeah, okay, thanks, Jules. Halvings always said he worked for every dollar he had. Interesting. Oh, come on. No. Hot Wings came into the deal with hundreds of thousands of dollars at his disposal. His dad was a fucking brilliant management mind at GM. His dad's worth tens of millions of dollars. Hot Wings has always been extremely wealthy. Kenny says it's really awesome how that all worked out. Oh, yeah, it was a fucking time. God, was that incredible. And that all started with this.
Keg ready and crank up the Fry Daddy for the Jersey Shore's newest morning show. Here's free beer and hot wings.
And a very good morning to you. Yeah! We're on the Jersey Shore.
Wait until you hear this tonight on Who Are These Zanes? It makes me cringe, but it's kind of exciting considering what we just talked about. There's a lot of history to that show. Those were, that was before shit got weird, obviously. Actually, I had a much worse of a temper then. I used to come in and get pissed off about things and like kick shit and break stuff, and they would get so goddamn mad at me. What are you doing? You hothead? Yeah, I know. We had like this cabinet, this metal cabinet, and something fucking happened that I didn't like. So I put my foot into it, and there's this huge dent in it now. God damn. All right. That happens tonight. You must go to patreon.com/Eric Zane to get it as we do it live, because there is a live stream that's the first way to get it, because the audio podcast doesn't come out till a couple days after that. So go to patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for free for 7 days. Okay? You must do that. This is a historic piece of audio. Our first day on the Jersey Shore, Ben and I are going to break it down. Who Are These Zanes happens tonight. Yeah! All right. I have an update on Great Food Giveaway 4 with tampons. But before I do that, I want to say that for all the people that are enjoying the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube, I must send you on your way. The rest of the show is available on Twitch. Download the Twitch app and then search Eric Zane Live, all one word, and you will see this show going on right now. It is on every day, Monday through Friday, uninterrupted on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. If you're on a computer, just download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live. And there you go. Follow the page so that you know when I go live. You can subscribe. The details are all there. If you subscribe, you get it with 0 commercial interruptions, because Twitch, which is Amazon, they put commercials in it. I don't. And that way it pays for my usage of the platform. But if you subscribe with your Amazon Prime, and you can link up your account with Amazon Prime, you have to do it every month, you get that for free. Or you can pay a few bucks a month and take care of it that way. That's up to you. I talked about Patreon. I haven't mentioned, though, that there's also an audio version of this podcast. When I get done with this show, I make the audio available wherever you download shows. I prefer Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the audio podcast. It shows up every day in your little collections there. Not to mention, once you subscribe to that, you get all of the audio at your disposal Monday through Friday. Please subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts. Very, very helpful. If you ever want to say hello, drop me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. All right. So I'll send you all on your way. Thank you, Facebook, X,